Hello guys, welcome to TNA Throwback. This is episode 23 and we are 4 weeks out from the next pay-per-view, which is Hardcore Justice in mid-August. It's on August 15th. So let's recap the events from the last week's Impact, which was the Fallout show from the Victory Road pay-per-view. I have already posted the results on my last video where I have booked this show, so you can check them out without waiting for the next episode and without making a recap of it. So we started with a Victory Road Fallout where Anderson retained the title and the big Jarrett reveal. Jarrett opened the show and proclaimed to be the leader of World Elite. He laughed at deceiving Angle and Sting. He never liked them. It was all a con. Sting and Angle actually came out. They argued back and forth about who will take out Jarrett, but they got beaten down. In a follow-up match, Abyss and Gunner defeated the current tag team champions Team 3D, who just became champions by beating Beer Money at the pay-per-view. So we got new contenders here approaching. Aries came out and claimed he was done with Daniels, but AJ Styles interrupted him. At the pay-per-view, Aries beat down Cena in a quit match. Styles challenged Aries to a one-on-one match later tonight. The Pope with Orlando Jordan defeated Shannon Moore. Robbie E's title celebration got crashed by Harry's Twist of Fate. But this program is not gonna continue, as I have already stated. Joe cut a promo on Steiner. They'll have their rematch on this show. Kurt Angle defeated Douglas Williams in a good technical match. This means more trouble for Williams, who is a member of World Elite. Kazarian defeated Jay Lethal to retain the X Division title after RVD distracted the ref unintentionally. Bischoff warned Anderson he will suspend him and vacate the titles if he is affiliated with Jarrett and his World Elite group. Anderson actually got surprised by this accusation and he just said he took the opportunity to retain the title. The Guns defeated LAX. Shady pinned Homicide. World title tournament will take place next week, which is on this show. We'll start with the World title tournament to determine a number one contender for Anderson. Morgan accepted Tomko's proposal of them being a tag team, since the storyline is Morgan searching for a tag partner. They defeated Steiner and Williams and P.D. Williams when Tomko got the pin. Sting and Angle argued backstage over Jarrett. They are both made fools of by Jarrett. So Brooke Tessmacher debuted by attacking Angelina Love, who is the new knockout champion. And in the main event, Austin Aries defeated AJ Styles for a small package. Daniels came out. They turned it into a 2-on-1 beatdown, but Lethal in the end made the save. So let's begin booking the episode. Of course, you know, the first thing we do is it's a dark match. It's a so-called recap spot where after editing the show we are making this recap. So of course the first segment we will have is an interview with World Elite and their leader Jeff Jarrett. Let's say they talk shit about Sting. So we need very specific angle. I don't know if it's available here. Yeah, that's bad. I will tell you what my idea is after I already booked the segments. Wait, this is gonna be a video. Come on, what's going on here? So the show will open with World Elite and Jarrett, and Jeff is gonna cut a promo. He's gonna celebrate the storm he caused. He's gonna celebrate the fact that he screwed both Angle and Sting. Sting is not the world champion anymore. But after this, Jarrett is gonna say that it's time to take care of business. And the first order of business is gonna be getting rid of Douglas Williams, who is on a losing streak for the past weeks, and he's been pretty much the weak link. So after Kiyoshi was kicked out of World Elite a few weeks ago, now it's time for Williams. So the original members of the World Elite stable, when I have begun to reintroduce it to the show, are almost done. Of course, another thing to notice is that Bashir will look nervous because he will be the only original member left, and he was the original leader of the group before Jarrett took over. So this is gonna be World Elite kicking out Douglas Williams officially. Then we're gonna have a graphic which will state that the World Title Tournament will kick off tonight with 2 first-round matches, and they're gonna be Jeff Hardy against Kurt Angle and AJ Styles against Sting. So these are gonna be important matches to kick off this tournament. This is gonna be a 4 matches tournament. So Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle are gonna have a great match. Jeff Hardy is gonna win, but how he's gonna win? He's gonna win by interference by Bashir, but the finish is gonna be in a way that Jeff doesn't see Bashir interfering. And what's the purpose of Bashir, you're gonna ask? What is Bashir supposed to be involved with these guys? So, of course, Douglas Williams just got kicked out of the group. So Bashir is gonna be worried about his place in this World Elite stable. So he needs to make some sort of an impact, and he needs to interfere and cause some problems for Kurt Angle to win Jarrett's trust again, to rise up in his sight. So, and I have already stated that Jeff Hardy, I have big plans for him, so he needs to advance here. Kurt Angle is not going to be involved with the world title. I like to have him in a feud with World Elite, so it's obligatory for this match to end in such a fashion, because of course I don't want to make any one of Hardy or Angle feel weak. So the next thing on the show is gonna be a continuation of last week's match. So last week Team 3D lost to Abyss and Gunner. When Abyss and Gunner actually cheated, they used the titles to hit them and take the pin. So this week we'll have Team 3D calling out Abyss and Gunner, but they're gonna be jumped from behind. They're gonna be distracted by the Titan Throne, and they're gonna be beaten down again. So we will set up Abyss and Gunner as equal contenders. So next thing on the show, we will cut backstage where Angle is gonna be really pissed off about Bashir. he will vow to beat his ass one-on-one. He will want him in a match. So this actually will build up to a match between them. But this was important to set up Bashir earning a favor for Jarrett, and at the same time kind of luring him in a match where he'll take on Kurt Angle. So Samoa Joe will win this match I have booked from last week, but after the match he's gonna get attacked by Pete Williams, so this feud will continue. Joe beating Steiner. The next thing on the show we'll have wrestler, where was this? Wrestler, thanks Nara for help, and it's gonna be Austin Aries taking Jay Lethal for the last week's save, where Aries got beaten down by Daniels and Styles, but got saved by Lethal. But Aries is gonna thank Lethal for his save, but Aries is gonna announce here that he will take on Mr. Anderson, and he wants to do it on his own. He doesn't want Lethal helping him again or making a save. Lethal will respond and say that he has a beef with Styles over the Flair thing, so it was no problem for him to interfere at last week's show. But he also has a match tonight, and it's gonna be against Christopher Daniels. So in this segment we're gonna announce indirectly two matches that will follow up on this show. The next thing on the show is gonna be Matt Morgan and Tomko starting to establish themselves as a team since they won last week. They beat up Steiner and Williams. This week they will win against Magnus and Rob Terry, the British Invasion. Morgan is gonna get the win. So I wanted to do this from the beginning because I think Tomko is a great partner for Matt Morgan. He is on par with him physically, and they can have a good they have good chemistry as a tag team. That's why I want to put them. So this show got a bad rating, but we can't have every show have great rating. You have to build up a pay-per-view. I have already told you guys that for me storylines are way more important than hot-shotting great matches or making each show really great. I like to have nice build-ups. I don't like, sometimes I may hotshot stuff, but it's gonna be really rare occurrence. So the next thing on the show, we're gonna have the Congregation, which is already established as a tag team. Is a team of D'Angelo Dinero and Orlando Jordan, as you remember, as a follow-up from all these weeks of build-up where Orlando Jordan wanted to be shown the right path by the Pope. They already work as a tag team, so they're gonna beat the Bucks here. Sucks. I forgot that I don't have the Beautiful People as a stable. Alright, so this is just gonna be an interview. Angelina Love is gonna be. So this is just gonna be a follow-up from last week when Brooke Tessmacher attacked Angelina Love. She's gonna get introduced as the new member of the Beautiful People. So the Beautiful People will consist of Velvet Sky, and Madison Rayne, and Brooke Tessmacher. And the next thing on the show is gonna be a 6-man tag match, 6-women tag match between the new Beautiful People against the baby faces. Angelina Love, Taryn Terrell, and Tara. Brooke Tessmacher is gonna pick up the win by pinning Angelina Love to have her to get some heat on her. I'm sorry guys, but I can't really book the women well. I have never been a fan of women's wrestling. I always found it to be a filler on the show, and I don't really waste my time by making storyline. I just make one storyline where they'll fight over the title, and I can't really bother be creative with the women. Sometimes I can make up something, but most of the time. So next segment is gonna be the Shores Open Challenge. He's gonna be Robbie E, the new global champion. He's gonna beat Brian Kendrick. As I have already stated, the program with Jeff Hardy is not gonna continue because Jeff Hardy is in the World Title Tournament. We're gonna see what will happen with him in the tournament, but Robbie E is gonna do his own thing, so he's gonna be making the so-called Shores Open Challenge. He's gonna take on different opponents each week. Next thing on the show, Jay Lethal is gonna beat Christopher Daniels clean by the Lethal Injection. Then we are gonna have Jeff Jarrett consulting and ordering Abyss and Gunner to take care of Angle, so he can't interfere. He can't. What was the word? He can't interfere in the next match. He can't come out and change the outcome. So the next match is gonna be the other world title tournament match between AJ and Sting, and of course the storyline is that Jarrett wants to destroy Angle and Sting, and it's the whole World Elite storyline. So AJ is gonna win by interference from Jeff Jarrett. Obviously Abyss and Gunnar are gonna hold back Angle, who is gonna try to interfere, but they're gonna make sure he can't. So far we are in the second match, and Angle and Sting are already out, so they can't really challenge for the world title. So the guys who are advancing are gonna be AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy. The next thing on the show is gonna be RVD calling out Cass. He'll say that Cass keeps getting away with stuff, and his luck will soon run out. As you remember, last week Kazarian retained the title over Jay Lethal when RVD got involved and caused unintentionally to Jay Lethal's match. Kazarian will say that he's the president of the future of TNA. He has no intentions of losing the world title, and RVD is not gonna be the right person to beat him, so he's gonna have a standard promo here. The main event, as I have already stated, it's gonna be Mr. Anderson taking on Austin Aries, and Mr. Anderson is gonna win by a well-timed shoulder attack. It's not gonna be cheating because we want to establish Anderson as a credible champion. We can't have him cheating to win every match. Post-match, there are gonna be interesting stuff, but I'm not gonna book it, so I'm just gonna edit it after the show. So, let's say it's just an interview. Post-match, we are gonna have Jarrett come out. He'll try to endorse Anderson. He'll try to raise his hand, but Anderson is not gonna want to do anything with it. So, actually, this is gonna be Jeff Jarrett's part. Yeah. So this is how the show will end. Jeff Jarrett is gonna try to endorse Anderson. He's gonna raise his hand, but Anderson is not gonna want this endorsement. So, I've already told you guys, my idea here is to not have Anderson become a member of World Elite. So the next following weeks we're gonna tease that. We're gonna tease the fact that Anderson doesn't want to have anything to do with World Elite, so he'll kind of be a tweener. He's still a heel. We'll see how this storyline moves. This was a weak show as far as the rating goes, but I think it advanced a few storylines. We have 3 weeks from now on until the pay-per-view, so we have a lot of time. We have 3 more shows to develop the feuds and establish the next pay-per-view, the card and the matches. So we will see each other in the next episode, where we're gonna have the last episode of July. So bye for now.